You almost got us.
Leave meeting. We have to mourn B. Arthur and Betty White right now.
Yeah, no, moment of silence.
We're just gonna go watch Golden Girls. That's it.
Yep.
Show's canceled. Go
everybody.
watch some Golden Girls.
We can do a Golden Girls reaction, but you can't see any of what's happening.
You don't get to see the episode.
Play the audio. So
It'll just be our narrative.
YouTubers like that, where it's just like the
We'll just
video
be here
they're
in
reacting
silence,
to
like,
is just
oh.
tiny.
Ooh. Okay. That anyway. Hello
We don't
everyone.
even hear the audio, so we're just like laughing maniacally
Yeah.
at random intervals.
Exactly.
That's also this
Not
game
much
in general.
different than the actual show itself.
Fair.
True.
Welcome to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. If you're enjoying what we're doing, we have many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page with all of our affiliate links, as well as Redbubble for merch and a coffee for direct donations. All of our social media is also on there, so you can follow us to keep up with updates about the show. Grab a link to the Discord, and just come hang out with us. It's fun. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe, and you can join us live pretty frequently, weekly. What are schedules? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a holiday.
We can go around and have everyone introduce themselves and who they're playing. And the icebreaker generator today gave me: which fictional character would you want by your side during a zombie apocalypse?
Not the guy who killed Glenn.
Zombie apocalypse.
I'm Maria. I play Elena, aka Easy Living, and I don't know, probably like Batman or something. He seems Batman or one of the Robins that's not Damien, because they seem pretty resourceful. Jason,
Activated my
because I'm
trap card.
angsty.
There you go. There you
I
go.
was gonna say probably Jason because he lived on
Yeah, can
In
you
not great
become a zombie
neighborhoods.
if you've died before? No, it's fine.
That's
Are
an
you a
interesting
zombie?
question.
Nobody knows.
Nah. I'll just pick him because he's full of angst.
I was gonna say, if you have been brought back to life, does that make you immune to a zombie virus?
Yes, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitive authority on the zombie virus now.
Going
Oh my
by
god, I have.
Let me get my lab coat.
I'm gonna have
I
to
should get a
send you
lab
guys
coat.
all a picture of somebody hacked the road sign right by my house, and it said that road was closed due to gay frogs. And it just reminded me of the time that somebody hacked the one by the university, and it was like, warning ahead, zombie apocalypse. I was like, yes. Love it. Anyways, that's smart.
See, now my first instinct is to say someone from the Marvel Universe, but I explicitly can't choose anyone from there because they have all turned into zombies.
Yeah,
Like,
that
that
was
is
a whole
literally a
comic
Marvel
run.
Universe where they all turn into zombies. Come back to me. I'm still processing this one.
All right.
You act like we're going in any sort of order.
I'm Jenna, and I play Roxy, aka Calamity. And if I were in a zombie apocalypse, I'd want John Wick with me.
That's a fair point.
Yeah,
Good pick.
yeah.
Pick the concierge.
Mhm.
R.I.P. Lance Reddick. And now we have to break for another moment of silence.
We're having a lot of those today.
I should just make one of those like pardon the interruption, like broadcast, TV
Screens,
images,
yeah, it'll
screens,
just
so we can just,
flicker.
yep. You can just keep
Put it there for a minute.
Yep.
They are experiencing technical difficulties.
That's the one.
You're like a 50 style. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Well, you just do the
Let's all go to the lobby. Clip.
yeah, let's all go to or the TV one. When they ran out of content, they would just put that TV screen on because it didn't run content 24 hours.
Test screen, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I've got one. I'm Brianna. I play Cynthia Evans, otherwise known as Echo. And about a few answers to this, but I'm going to just go for characters from video games that you just chew up the enemies and it's not a real threat to your survival. So we're gonna say Samus from Metroid.
Oh wait, yeah, that's a good choice.
That's a good choice.
That
Also,
is a
give me some of
very
that
good
armor so nothing can
choice.
bite me.
Yeah.
I was
Nobody-
gonna say
Nobody
I-
from the Left 4 Dead games because they were all
I actually
carriers.
choose Sarah because she's got that Godzilla armor.
Yeah. Oh wait, can I choose Godzilla? I changed my answer to Mothra.
Gets bit though, and then you have zombie Godzilla. That would be
No,
a
no,
problem.
no. Mothra and I will fly off into the sunset and we'll live happily ever after.
All right, all right.
Okay. This is going to be a little shot in the dark because I actually haven't played this game. Or any of these games, I suppose I should say. But first of all, hello everyone, I am Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow, and I will again be playing Joe Hekate, aka Coyote. And I think I'm going to say Leon Kennedy, because he's got experience with this sort of stuff. He's a veteran.
Here, the escort mission.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He's got
Leon.
experience protecting a useless NPC, which is exactly what I would be in a zombie apocalypse.
Help, Leon.
Just don't do the version from Dead by Daylight because then you have some interesting voice acting.
Not
Who's
good,
it?
huh?
I'll Google it.
Don't put the audio on this.
Oh, I can't control that.
I mean, if Maria's Googling it and she's not sharing her audio, it's not like we're gonna hear it.
Yep.
I just want to warn you.
I'll look it up later then.
Not safe for work.
Ah,
Who doesn't?
So perfectly fine for Twitch as long as we're not showing nipples.
Yeah.
And
And
fair
that's the
enough.
rule, yeah.
All right. Last time I have like barely recap. The team interrogated the scientists they'd kidnapped and didn't really get much information out of them, but did get an idea of how to proceed when one of them mentioned the group would need to talk to the person who pays them. So that gave Elena and Sylvie an idea to go to the bank to try and track down some pay stubs or other routing information for the employees of Normal. But the initial foray showed them that the file room was a little difficult to navigate without any account numbers. So, since they only had the name badges of a couple of scientists, didn't give them much to go off of. So planning some B&E later, obviously. And that's all I have.
We're learning how to crime.
That is say.
Decided these noises were acceptable.
We're still babies. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm very happy you looked that up. Just for context.
I rolled a 5, so no team today. You have 6 team in the pool.
16.
I'll have to watch this later. I'm very tempted to quick play though. So
I'm here to cause problems on purpose.
I know this and I love you.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know where we want to sort of. Well, actually,
We traumatized scientists too.
you did.
We did do that. Mostly Coyote
Okay.
did that, but you know.
Yeah, I was about to say, introduced everyone to Creepy Joe. It looks something like this.
I don't want to smile at people like this anymore, Roxy. Too bad.
Literally, Joe tried being bad cop for like one interrogation, and he was like, "I didn't really like that."
That wasn't fun for me.
There's Cynthia.
Remind
She
me,
needs to be the bad cop again.
were Elena and Sylvie going to wait until night to do some B&E?
Yeah,
Is
because
that the plan?
we did the staking out and the scoping of the situations during the day, so we could see. So like, there's a lot of people there during the day, so we can't really go in there.
Yes. Okay. Great. I guess I know because we didn't have Echo last time. So were there any conversations or scenes between PCs people wanted to have, or?
We wanted to see what Echo found out while she was reading the minds of the people Roxy was asking questions to.
Because we did establish that we had her doing general mind scans through all that.
Yes. And I think Echo probably just got some brief glimpses of like memories. So a lab, not the one that was in the Shadow Realm, but a different lab with scientists and people doing experiments on powers, that kind of thing. You probably got a glimpse of the outside of an office building. Probably some like additional names and faces. I do not have any specifically written down, but filling out the roster, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Was the building recognizable to anybody? Or like to Echo, I guess? She's actually the most
Probably not.
likely of any of us to know a science building.
It looked like a pretty plain office building.
Okay.
But I'd say, I mean, you don't know where it would be right off the bat, but you, having seen it, would probably be able to recognize it if you find it.
Okay.
Okay.
Roxy will want to feed all of the people. I know she already gave them coffee and cookies, but like they need real food too.
No one wanted the coffee or cookies.
They all thought it was drugged.
Probably.
You can go back through and drop off trays of food.
Mhm.
And yeah,
It's delicious food.
everything you had already left is untouched.
Yeah,
But you can give them more food.
that's okay. Can't accuse us of torturing them if we feed them and treat them well.
I do think at some point while we're waiting for Sylvie and Elena to get back, Joe would approach Echo. I got a question. I don't know if you can answer it yet, but I don't know, I'm just curious if we've thought this far ahead. What exactly are we doing if we find normal?
I suppose it depends on what we find.
Well, I mean, obviously, if they've got people locked up, like, free them, and you guys will probably trash the place, even though I don't know if that's great look for us, but like,
I'd say our
we
first priority is to free people. Our second priority is to find evidence.
but I mean, you've said yourself courts are corrupt, so what's the evidence for? Can we go to the
They might not
police
all-
with this?
They might not always be corrupt. Maybe someday they won't be.
I mean, I don't really know how legal stuff works, but don't you really just need like one judge to not be an asshole in order to put these guys away?
Well, you'd need one judge and then an appellate court, and then depends on how high you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not certain what that second thing you said was.
There are multiple levels of courts you have to go through before a case can be truly resolved.
Ugh, okay.
Are you... Do you have a thought on what you think we should do?
Not really, which is why I kind of asked. I mean, obviously we're not going to kill anybody, but if we can't do the normal hero thing and go to the police with what we found, I mean,
I think we find evidence, we make copies, we go to the police, but assuming that they're not actually going to do anything or be able to do anything, I'd also like to do what we can to prevent Normal from continuing operations. It might not be a permanent solution, but it'll at least be harm reduction in the present.
Should we also ask maybe like Rampage to come and look and see if she recognizes any of the scientists from like when she was in the army and stuff?
Maybe eventually, but perhaps not on the initial.
yeah, that seems
Okay.
like it's gonna
Depends
get
on what
really
we-
bad really fast.
Especially if
Not
we want to do stealth.
necessarily.
If we want a wrecking ball, then that's a good approach to go with. But
No,
if we
I mean
want
like
to...
just check them out here, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree with this in theory. In practice,
Maybe
would
we
you be
wait.
prepared to stop her from killing someone?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Quick
need you
question.
to keep that in mind.
Quick question, Charlie. Were any
But
of the
let's do it
scientists-
later though. Like we got other stuff to do first.
Were any of the scientists we managed to capture, are they old enough to have been involved in like a project during World War II, or?
World War II wasn't that long ago.
Oh yeah,
It
right.
ended in 1944 and we're 1953, so it was like 10 years ago.
And still, they'd have to be like what, at least 30s?
Yeah.
Probably older.
There's a
Uh,
lot of old scientists out there.
Just
maybe.
checking. If they're all
Maybe-
too young,
I was
then
gonna say maybe one of them is a little. You're not entirely sure where they land age-wise, so possibly
Oh, okay.
of the ones
can
that
only-
you have anyway.
I can really only think of one person that she might recognize, unless they've invented some sort of, I don't know, anti-aging juice, which, given the nutty stuff we've already encountered, I guess wouldn't be too surprising.
I was gonna say, if I can heal, then in theory, I don't age.
There are all sorts of powers out there. I think it would be good to check with her at some point.
Yeah.
I think that we have immediate problems right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's deal with the immediate problems first, because that's like maybe a later problem, because that's got, I mean, we've been waiting for how long with that, so you know.
I just, I'd prefer not to have to just beat the shit out of a whole building of people.
Why are we beating the shit out of anybody?
I don't know. I don't know what other solution there would potentially be.
To get them to talk? It takes time, bro.
In theory, there are a few different ways we could go about it. We could try to focus on just destroying the research, for instance. Of course, you still have the people who did the research and what they know, but you can't eliminate that without killing them. Or locking them
Unless
up.
we get that one guy who can erase memories.
Above the table, I'm blanking. What?
What
The
happened
guy
with
who
Wait, sorry.
erased Sarah.
Oh. I'm not sure his power is erasing memories, precisely.
Yeah, but like, what if we got him to erase them altogether?
As people?
Yeah.
That doesn't stop what
really-
they know. That just stops other people from knowing about them.
Yeah, then we can put him somewhere like a different universe where they can't get.
That's a little... I don't think I'd sign off on that plan.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there.
It's a possibility. I will say if, say, we find a bunch of normal scientists who have a lab in another dimension again, I wouldn't be upset with closing off access to our dimension. They
That's what
went
I'm
there
saying.
first, that's on them.
Yeah,
That feels like murder.
not necessarily. If they have everything
Depends on
they
the
need, they
dimension.
can live the rest of their life there. It's just like being in prison for life.
I wouldn't leave them in a dimension that's going to kill them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just imprisonment for life. Some of their
Just
crimes
imprisonment
could
for
be
life.
considered war crimes.
But it's also a fair point. We're not judges, we're not courts. We don't really have social sanction to.
I noticed that you didn't say we're not executioners, though.
We're also not executioners. The
I'm
number of
just kidding.
times I've said no kill rule should be suggested of that.
I'm just kidding. All right. Well, should we just dig through their paperwork and see what we can find? Maybe that's the first
It's
place
one way
to
to do it.
start. I don't know where else to start.
Problem is, it's an organization that's entrenched. You can't effectively pull it out of the ground.
I think I could get that one girl to crack, probably. We had a nice conversation. The one that you were smiling at, Coyote.
Let's maybe
Hey.
leave her alone.
You can leave her alone. I'm gonna talk to him more.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing, right? So she might be angry at us, but she at least shared somewhat of her reasoning for it. And I think that we had a moment, okay? When I was explaining how this happened to me because of scientists, and she was explaining how she got burned by somebody with powers. In some ways, we have that similarity in common. We've both been harmed by people that were like the other one. So if we could build a bridge, you know, like bridge that divide, have some empathy for one another, maybe she'll talk.
She seems like she could be persuaded.
Yeah. At least she's sharing, you know.
I guess if anybody could do it, it'd be you.
I can at least
I'd agree with that.
try. It's worth a try. I mean, if we're looking at ways to get the information out, it'd just be better to help somebody understand the other side of things and build empathy, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not arguing against this. Like, I think it's a good idea.
Okay. I was just saying, it's probably the most humane way to go about things, too.
We should try talking before fighting.
Well, I usually want to try to talk first. Even with Iron Maiden, I tried to talk first. She just don't listen.
Yeah,
No.
she was way beyond talking.
I don't think she's a very good listener in general. But,
She's
you
not
know.
a good lot of things.
Yeah. That's true. Like, she's a horrible mother. My mother would hit her with a rolling pin, I think.
It's probably a waste of a good rolling pin since it might break on her.
That's true. A lightning fist was much more effective, if we're honest.
It's true.
Well,
Okay.
I guess you can talk with her while me and Cynthia sift through paperwork.
I think I might just give it a little break and help you guys sift through paperwork for a little bit, and then I might go back and see how she's doing.
All right.
I mean, I'll check in with all of them, but I think that she's the one that I had the most of a moment with, you know? At least anger is an emotion, you know?
Sorry, above the table to clarify, are we talking about the person who made the subdimension?
No,
No.
this is
No.
one of the
Okay.
scientists.
Yeah.
I retract my statements. I thought we were talking about somebody else.
Oh, no, yeah. The woman, when you weren't here, Roxy went in and they tried good cop, bad cop, which
Okay.
Coyote did not like.
Hence creepy coyote.
Because he had to be the bad cop because Roxy pointed out that his face is scary.
Okay. In that case, statement still stands about Roxy being able to probably persuade better than the rest of
Yeah.
them.
But they had a moment where she was like, well, powered people burned my leg, and like showed Roxy her leg
Ugh.
where she was
Okay.
burned by somebody who had powers. And then Roxy was like, and I was made by a scientist. And like harm has come to me from scientists. So like they had a moment of
Okay.
potential, like there was still some like animosity there, I think, on the scientist part, but I think there's potential to connect, build on it, right? Like
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
yeah, so that's what happened while you were gone, at least. That's the most important part of what happened, besides the bank shenanigans. Which I love, and it was a good idea. They just didn't find, the
It's
paperwork.
just,
They need a little bit
the-
more information
they
to
need
make
the-
that useful.
it's the 1950s and there isn't a search by name option on a computer yet.
We don't have a computer yet.
Well, rudimentary
A
computer.
rudimentary database.
Yeah. But
All right. So, breaking and entering, looking through files.
we got the filing cabinets here, so we can just look through them.
All right.
I think Elena and Sylvia are looking at the bank, so whenever they get back,
Yeah.
we can see whatever they found. You know that going through files is my favorite thing. Just kidding.
Rax, if you want to do something else, you can.
Nah, I'll help for a little bit. And then we can then I'll talk, I'll do the rounds through the the cells and stuff, and sit down, have coffee with people, just give them
Sure.
a chance to talk if they wanna. I'm not gonna
That
push
works for me.
anybody too hard, but
Yeah.
they're obviously not happy. They don't want to be here.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
It's valid. I also don't like being in cages, but it's fine.
Well, with them, I think it's a case of what goes around comes around.
Yeah, I've never well, I guess I have put people in cages, but like mostly they don't have to stay there forever. It's a cool off time,
Yeah.
or you're gonna go to jail anyway, so we're just holding you until you go to jail.
It's a temporary state.
Yeah,
Sometimes we keep people out of jail, even.
that's true. We've done that too. So
Depends on the person.
yeah, well, I like that everything is kind of, we do everything on a case by case basis, because I don't think that there's any way that you can just blanket treat everything the same, because
No,
there's
I'd agree with that.
context that changes,
Indeed.
But anyways, let's read some files.
Fairly certain this top section is just all of those lunch requisition forms. They all kind of look the same, so Joe just like take that one shelf out and just like
Just for kicks, I'm gonna have Cynthia just look at one of the sheets to make sure there's not like some sort of code on it or something.
No, it's pretty basic. So
All right, rule it out.
all right. Three of you can get looking at that probably fairly soon after Elena returns. And can also help look through files.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, any luck?
No, we did not have any account numbers. Turns out you cannot just look up something with only name.
Ah,
So you need more information on them.
Yeah, so we went to one of the addresses on their homes and just kind of watched it.
Okay.
Like nothing we can do during the day, but maybe at night.
Yeah.
A small little mouse could get in there or something.
yeah.
Then we can look for bank papers to properly find accounts.
That's fair.
All right. That makes sense.
You want to help read files?
Sure.
It's very enthralling.
I
If you know what
imagine
to look for.
Coyote's like falling asleep a little bit, like Roxy and Coyote.
Cynthia's
Propped up
pile of red
against each other.
files is just very high, and she's going through them very
Yeah.
efficiently.
Yeah.
They've made
Roxy
it each through like
Jill
3
are
or
looking
4.
upside down.
It's just, Sylvia's gone through, or not Sylvia, Cynthia's gone through like a stack. Coyote and Roxy are just like
On the same file.
one.
Oh no.
Take
and
a
it's
little
upside
nap.
and it's upside down.
One
Joe didn't even
file.
read one of the files in his done pile. He just set it there so it didn't
Nap
look so
reward.
barren.
2 files. Nap reward.
Yes.
That's how I did schoolwork.
Hey, nap reward is good.
Nap reward is always good. I love nap reward. Especially
Okay.
when you're sleep deprived.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yep.
As you're looking through all the files, Echo, your communicator starts going off.
I'll answer it.
Hekate to Echo.
Echo here.
We've got a problem. And uncharacteristically, you can tell that she sounds distressed.
I'm assuming I answered this not on like the walkie-talkie version of speakerphone.
If that is what you would do.
If I was on speakerphone, I will switch to it if I was not.
Okay.
She's probably gonna also leave the room for a moment.
We'll say just for shits and giggles, you did answer it on speakerphone, so everyone got a nice little
Sure.
preview.
Is this a distance at which we'd be able to communicate telepathically?
Probably not.
All right, that's fair.
I don't envision your telepathic powers being able to act like a long distance phone call.
That's fair.
You're roaming.
Would make
Maybe in
sense
the
if it's like
future.
short range.
Maybe in the future you can make little enhanced telepathy antennas to put on the top of your head. And then you
Those
can
little diddly
telepathically
boppers.
Oh my
Genius. Like a little radar dish.
Oh my god.
Yes, they look like little satellite dishes.
Well, I mean to space buns.
Ah.
Right, I go into another room. What's happening?
Criticality's back. Or
Fuck. What?
maybe it's not. If someone who has a similar suit, I'm not sure.
So the suit, but not like we're not dealing with like some sort of fucked up resurrection, right?
I haven't seen a face. I've just seen the suit.
Fuck. I thought that was destroyed.
You and me both.
Cynthia just lets out a string of swears. Okay, so one more problem to add to the pile. Where'd you see this?
Downtown. Not really sure what the game is, but it looks like he's got some backup.
What sort of backup?
Similar. I counted at least 4 other individuals, similarly styled suits, different colors.
Same power source?
I don't think so. I think they might just be advanced hydraulics rather than nuclear.
Okay. Well, Hopefully that makes one problem a little easier to solve. Okay, so downtown. I take it was a there and gone kind of sighting.
The first time, yes, but seems he's making a bit of a scene.
Oh,
As much as I would like to believe this is an isolated incident, it, considering everything that's been happening with normal, seems a little too convenient.
there's no such thing as coincidences. You say he's causing a scene. What's the scene?
Soapboxing? Like I said, similar messaging to
Like, literally standing on a fucking soapbox,
metaphorical soapboxing. I don't think
going
a
out in
soapbox
his
can-
fucking armor and giving speeches.
Yes. About how their suits are the solution to fighting back against superpowers.
There's layers there. All right. How are you doing?
I certainly never wanted to see this fucking suit again, so
I think that's fair.
even though there hasn't been any, there's certainly been implied threats and no overt threat of destruction at the moment.
We're not entirely secure on this line. I should come to you. As in, I have teammates with super hearing. So,
Hideout.
Roxy,
Meet me at my base.
Coyote, what have you? I told you about that.
okay. I'll head there. We're at a break in our investigation, or a wall, I suppose. So, may as well. I'll be there soon.
All right.
Take care. Echo
Be
out.
careful.
You too. She'll cut the line.
Mhm.
Goes back to the room with the files. Sec. Touching up my notes real quick. Okay. Something's come up. I need to go. I'll be back.
Okay.
Do you want someone to commit to?
You need
Not this
help?
time.
Okay.
Okay.
One of Hecate's old enemies seems to have unearthed himself, perhaps literally.
Ah.
It's I'd consider it a personal matter for her.
Okay. If she needs anything, we're always at her disposable. Just yeah.
We're her
Maybe not.
disposables.
Let's maybe not describe ourselves as disposable, eh?
Call if you need help. Someone will be here.
Yeah.
Or at home, but there'll be someone
Also,
there.
if she needs snacks or like baked goods to feel better,
I'm not sure that works with her.
probably not. A hug
No, even
Not from you.
less.
from you?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, just tell her that we're all thinking about her, and if she needs our help, we'll always help her.
I'll tell her some variation of that.
And we love her super mom.
I will not tell her that.
Why? You know what? It's fine. I'll pull her on the communicator later and tell her that I love her.
Good luck.
Maybe make sure that the
Confiscate Roxy's communicator.
Bro? You're saying something? Or no?
Joe was saying to Roxy, let's maybe wait until we know that this issue is not an issue before we call her, maybe.
That's why I said later.
Well, later can mean a lot of things. It could mean like later tonight. It could mean like
It just means later.
There are varying levels of seriousness that this could actually be. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we're triaging.
At best, just an imposter who got their hands on some tech. At worst, we're dealing with some fucked up power. Either way, if somebody has the capability to put that suit back together, they have the capability to do a whole lot more. And that's bad news for this entire city.
okay then. Yeah. Just let us know if we can help then, I guess.
Call me if you need me. She'll head out.
If you want to beat me, that's okay.
Oh, me, beat me. All right.
All right. You can easily make your way over to Hecate's base. And once you get inside, I think it's a rare sight where it's a bit of a mess. There's like papers and files everywhere, and Hekate has a news broadcast on one of the various TV screens and is just staring at it. And probably has some piece of paper like crumpled up in one of her hands.
Cynthia will go up to her. Catherine, are you okay?
She crumples the paper in her hand further and then tosses it to the floor before just falling back into her chair and slumping forward. I think she pulls off her mask and just buries her face in her hands.
Okay, we'll take hers off as well. Is there another chair nearby?
Yeah,
All right, she'll
you could
pull
pull
on
one
over. Sits on it, I guess cross-legged, just she's tiny.
Mhm.
Can I ask what the paper was?
It's old information about his suit. More of the technical details,
You still have the specs, right?
of course.
You know what we do about this?
Well, we certainly can't handle it the same way as last time.
No. What if it's the same plan?
We need to stop it before it gets started. But not a good look for of superheroes just to come and attack someone in a super suit without prompting.
So we play it quiet. Find out where they're based. Find out what they're sourcing. Go at it from underground. I know it's not that easy, but it's something.
Should we know how much time we had?
Yeah, kind of important in this kind of. If the other suits are hydraulic and not, maybe the capabilities are not that advanced at this point. Then again, having any access is dangerous.
The other suits are smaller than his. I'm guessing probably something to do with just bolstering the numbers.
Projecting strength.
Some extra backup if a fight does break out.
The suits suggest a level of technical know-how. Can't necessarily say it was him. Could be a figurehead. Could be a dude in the armor. Could be the worst case scenario. We need to know more.
She slowly lowers her hands and looks up at the TV where the news feed is still rolling. Guess we should probably get down there in case the block.
All
Some
right.
good information we can gather.
At your 6.
Okay. She gets up and pulls her mask back on
It does as well.
and slowly, very methodically starts gathering up some of her supplies, restocking anything to go in her utility belt.
Echo will stash away the crumpled note on the floor so it's not just sitting out in the open.
I think you pick up that one and just notice some of the other files laying around. There's a few more bits of papers of just general timelines of what happened, how she took down criticality the first time, other newspaper articles detailing the aftermath, just everything related to that incident.
I don't suppose there's anything new there that I didn't know.
I don't think so. I imagine you're probably well acquainted with the events that
Yeah.
when they originally happened, so I think maybe it's just a strange feeling because I imagine this is probably a file that maybe you saw when it was initially being compiled or helped like trim down some of the newspaper clippings to put it all together, and then it's just one of those things that's like, okay, we have this file, it stays on the shelf, we don't even want to acknowledge it, and now it's like, oh, I'm seeing this for the second time ever.
In that case, I think she sorts it back together. Puts the file back in one piece.
As Hecate's gathering her stuff, she's just mumbling a little bit to herself, a little bit to you, just kind of thinking through strategy out loud. daylight, so we'll need to be a little extra careful, depending on their capabilities. If they can fly, we should account for that in case they can get into a position where they can see us. Hopefully it won't lead to an... I don't imagine it would lead to an altercation. If they do have some explosives at their disposal, having Parhelia's power would be coming real handy right now with the barriers.
I can call her. She has a stake in this too.
She absent-mindedly nods and says, "Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea."
Cynthia will call. Messages. Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah picks up rather quickly. Parhelia here.
Echo calling. Criticality seems to be back. We need your help.
What? How? What?
I don't know. Someone found the suit or something. Catherine's freaked out, as you can probably imagine, so...
Yeah. If I was her, I'd be too. Definitely wouldn't want to see my,
yeah.
my... Oh. Yeah, I think since you're online...
Yeah.
Everyone else, plug your ears. Parhelia says, I wouldn't want to see my dead parents up and walking around again.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, with Granddad back, what do we do? Maybe. God, if it's really him, she's gonna fucking lose her shit.
So maybe we should think about a contingency?
You want to talk to Mark?
Do you think he'd... I mean, I guess he has enough of a stake that he wouldn't want to see Halcyon get blown sky high, but...
They
don't know.
fight, but he doesn't want her dead.
True. I don't know. Yeah, but if he just... I mean, I guess if he keeps a low profile around this, it would be fine, but I'd be a little worried if she caught sight of him, that it might set her off.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that I haven't talked to him about it, of course, but if the guy who was indirectly responsible for breaking up my marriage showed back up, I'd be upset.
Yeah, but I mean, was he... It could be argued that he was just a catalyst and that
it's a series of dominoes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened if it was a super healthy relationship. Wouldn't have been a super unhealthy relationship without him in the first place.
True.
No one fucks you up like your parents.
I suppose.
I mean, this little found family of ours, are any of us really exceptions to that?
Touché. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think Mark would listen to me at this point.
Aren't talking at the moment?
Last I checked, he still doesn't remember who I am.
Right. Fuck. I could try bringing him in, but he always liked you more. For now,
if a little self-proclaimed thief just shows up on his doorstep and gives him puppy dog eyes, I'll bend to my will.
The fact that there's a non-zero chance of that is kind of hilarious. But it's still a low chance.
I can be charming when I want to be.
You're incredibly charming. But he's him.
I also haven't been keeping tabs on him, so I don't even know if he's in town.
That's also fair. Well, I say leave him out for now. I just don't want to be the one to tell him anything went bad.
Yeah. Are we worried about Hekate going berserk? Or like
Not
what sort of
right.
contingency should we worry about?
I
We
don't think it
just-
should be our immediate concern, but it's possible.
Okay.
I mean, get criticalities plan 2.0 and she, of course, she doesn't want to end it the same way the last time as last time, but how do you weigh those choices? I don't even know what I'd do.
Well,
Well, I know what I'd do, but it's not what she'd want me to do.
I suppose. I mean, if we're just. The contingency is just stopping her from doing something she'd regret. I think that can easily be managed.
We're gonna need a few different contingencies. One for that, one for the worst case scenario. How strong do you think your shield could stop that?
Maybe. That's an thankfully I've never been in a position where I've needed to try that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know if we have the time to test it either, or to be
A
close enough to
potential
it.
solution. Again, don't know how well it would work, but if we are truly, well and truly put in a position where we're out of options, you could always copy my powers and we could try and do like a double reinforced shield. That might be strong enough to stop it.
Okay. I think I've got enough practice with them where I could keep up with you.
Thankfully, it's nothing too fancy. You just need to make a box and keep it up.
No, you never know. Maybe Hekate might be able to help with telekinesis. Though with that level of power, I don't know if anything's powerful enough to stop it. So that's the two main contingencies I think we need to think about. And then I'd say just get here for now. We don't know the rest of the scenario yet.
Okay.
Maybe
Where are you?
she did ask specifically for your power set, just so you know.
What?
She said your shield would be useful. This she doesn't really remember.
Why does she remember I have shields? Have you been?
Did you never use them in front of her?
We haven't interacted since I got Shanghai.
Then that's interesting. She remembered you have shields.
Have you mentioned me around her since that time?
Not that I remember. I mean, I've mentioned you a little, but she doesn't.
I know there was the initial confusion finding out that she didn't remember me, but
You've not been a regular topic of conversation. Mostly on account of the memory loss.
yeah.
But she asked for the shields. Maybe it's coming back to her.
Okay.
She didn't remember your name, but Berhelia. So I guess we're maybe keeping it on the DL that you are more familiar with the situation than she might assume at the moment.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to meet you?
We're at the base. When I figure out where she wants to go, I'll send you a message.
Okay.
Oh, I'll see you there.
Go I don't know. I go team. I'm not really sure how to pep talk this situation right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Go team, let's stop the apocalypse.
Sure, yeah. Let's go with that.
I'll see you there. And Hekate will, Cynthia will find out where Hekate is headed and following her. Once she knows, we'll message Sarah.
Yeah. It's largely just stealthily getting downtown where this news feed, whatever is happening, and just find a nice shadowy spot on top of the building.
Yeah.
But I think
So is this a spot where it
the-
did happen, or is like criticality or the person with the suit still down there?
person with the suit is still down there, and you see that there are, now that you're not looking through a black and white TV screen, you can see the criticality 2.0. Still a very large suit, bronze in color. You can't, like, there's full helmet, so you can't see the face of the person who is maybe inside of it or how it's being operated. And standing behind them are 4 identically shaped but smaller suits that are iron in color.
Okay.
And there seems to be, you can see the news crews a little ways off, just kind of getting a shot of this. And then there's a somewhat of a crowd who's sort of like gathered around just to see what the hell is going on. It's not huge, so if something were to happen and you needed to evacuate things, it would be manageable.
Okay.
But there are regular civilians around.
How much do you think they remember? Kind of gesturing at the news crews and the people. I mean, not the private details, of course.
Yes. Well, we could always try and find out.
I feel like that's more of an out of costume approach. But
How so?
canvassing people while in a suit is a little weird. Then again,
Surely all those years of training haven't gone to waste.
have you thought about what you're going to do if people ask you this at a press conference, say, out of costume? Given if it's the same power source, the person in charge of the industry in the city might be somebody to ask about it.
Claim. I mean, we have no formal association. So either they're part of another organization that's up to some very shady shit, or this is largely an unsanctioned development.
That works. Okay. Listening to what the guy in the suit is talking about, I assume it's the same sort of narrative, like using the suits to prevent the superpowered whatever.
The keep the superpowered dictators from taking over, blah blah blah. Yeah. The superpowered threat must be quelled. We can't allow them to run amok. Their powers can't be left unchecked, all that.
Echo will look at
Really
Hekate and
narrative.
say, you know, it'd be really fucked up. It was my dad wearing that.
If it was, I think he'd have shown his face by now.
Yeah, he doesn't like hiding. But it'd be an extra level of what the fuck.
It doesn't mean that he's not tied to this somehow. And just
It
waiting
does
to
seem
make an appearance. But
seems like the kind of thing he'd either bankroll or take advantage of. Ugh. And if the registry's not doing the job he wants it to. Still, we have a more immediate problem.
I think it's probably at this point that Parhelia. Well, would you have wanted Parhelia to join the two of you or just be in the vicinity?
I think since Hekate said her powers would be useful, I would have asked her to join us.
Okay. I think it's
Unless
probably
Hekate indicated otherwise.
no.
Oh.
It's probably at this point that Parhelia lands on the rooftop nearby.
Echo will turn. Thank you for coming.
She looks between the two of you, and says, "Yeah, no problem."
In her head, she will hear, "I'm sorry, it's so fucking awkward."
Just kind of wish I knew where I stood with her right now.
If I find out, I'll let you know.
Shit. Hekate nods and says, "Good, okay." So we have that. We have your powers here just in case. I'm not certain how long this public display is intending to go on. Or if they're expecting it to escalate.
You said this is the second time?
This is the first time they've made a public appearance. I had caught sight of some activity, just caught glimpses of them moving around before. Not sure exactly what it had to do with it now. Now we know, but it didn't. Had even less to go off of that.
Makes sense. Do you have a preferred approach?
I would prefer to wrap this up neat and tidy right here and now, but
Can't exactly do that in public in front of all these people and cameras.
exactly.
Maybe follow him?
Probably our best course of action. I guess we wait.
So we do. This is probably a long shot, but listening to the speech patterns of the guy talking, would it be at all similar to the speech patterns of if there were any records of the old criticality talking?
Would you have would you have been involved in the previous event or just know of what happened?
The previous event happened before Echo came on the scene.
Okay. Given that, I don't think you would know.
Okay, that's fair.
I was gonna say if you had been involved in the fighting, you probably would be able to tell, but yeah.
No, sequence of events, Echo definitely came after.
Yeah. So And I don't imagine you were ever in the nearby vicinity when all of that was happening anyway.
No.
So
No. She was a small child.
that was a evacuate the city level shit.
Yeah. All right. In this case, she's listening, but just keeping an eye on what's going on. Is this a situation where I could roll assess the situation?
Wow, I did not pull out any of my stuff. Let me. Potentially, I guess. What is it? Do you have an idea of what you're trying to get out of it?
I think she's trying to. Sounds very vague, but figure out what this group's deal is, since the old criticality, as far as she knew, worked alone. This is weird.
Okay.
And also, how the fuck? She's
Okay.
trying to puzzle through how this came to be in her mind.
Okay. In that case, I think Pierce the Mask would be more appropriate.
Okay, sure.
Since one of those questions is, what are you really planning?
That is fair. I don't foresee this roll going well, but let me double check. That's one of the ones that's. I always forget what modifies what. Ah, indeed. All right. With my -2 modifier for angry and -1 modifier for mundane, that's a 2.
Yeah, nope. No idea.
No clue. Just
You just you're like trying to puzzle through what's going on down there, think of like ways to handle the situation, contingencies in case Catherine goes off the deep end.
yep.
The fact that Hekate somehow knew about Sarah's powers but doesn't remember who Sarah is. Just all of that all at once.
She's going through it.
Your mind is being pulled in like a billion different directions.
Also just really concerned about her fake mom.
Yeah. And also probably what a new criticality 2.0 could mean for the city.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Okay. I love how all this is happening, and then we just get a cross panel shot of the rest of the group just sitting in the warehouse going through files.
Digging
about to
through
say-
files. Elena's bribing Roxy to stay focused by kissing her for every 5 files she goes through.
Yes.
She's not gonna do that to Kaya. She offers him high fives instead.
I fully think Joe would have been asleep if he didn't overhear bits and pieces of that, and has now been staring at like one open file and has not been reading a single fucking thing, has just been sitting there thinking.
I feel like Roxy looks over at what he's doing and like just goes, "Hey, hey," and turns it upright because he had it upside down.
Oh,
That'll be easier
Thanks.
to read if you read it like that. Unless the wolf eyes do something weird. I don't know.
honestly, aside from seeing better, it's pretty comparable.
Oh, then you'll probably want to look at that upside right then. It's okay. I've made that mistake before. It's fine.
Has Cynthia ever talked to you too much about Hekate?
Supermom?
Yeah.
I don't think she has.
A little, but
Mostly
not
just
like
to not
a
annoy her.
ton.
And mostly just to emphasize the no killing rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, like mostly it's just about the rules.
That her mentor are more or less super mom, and we should not bother her with mundane problems.
Yeah.
Specifically, do not call her just to say hello. And ask how
never do
she's
that.
doing.
Well, wait, was that part of
Ask
the
what
rules?
she
I
knows the
missed that
food tastes
part.
like.
That is one of the rules.
I missed that part. Oh shit.
That's-
I've been calling her a lot just to see how she is. She hangs up on me a lot, to be fair.
But so no, she does not talk about her very much.
She kind of told me a story about Hekate one time, and I don't know. Just this seems weird for Hekate.
Sure.
Well,
What
it's
was the
just-
story about Hecate? Like, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context. I feel like you just like there's a lot of words that you're saying, and like I understand each word individually, but like when you put them together like that, I don't understand.
Like early on, or kind of early on, she told me a story about how Hecate did cross the no-killing line once.
Ah,
We all make mistakes. That's not so much
Well-
Maybe
mistake
that's
as
the
it is a
reason-
crime, but that's probably the reason why the rule exists.
yeah, I was
She-
gonna say maybe it would like predates the rule.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, that was kind of why she was saying there was the rule.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Well, then she
But-
didn't break the rule because it didn't exist yet.
But she said that she did it to stop somebody from setting off an atom bomb.
Like what happened in Japan?
Yeah, except here in Halcyon.
Who hit an atom bomb? Well, that's good that she
She-
stopped that. I mean, at some
Yeah.
point you have to decide like, is one life worth more than the entire city of Halcyon and possibly surrounding areas in New Jersey?
I mean, yeah, it's fucked up. Don't get me wrong, but I've heard that word criticality before, and it's
Hmm.
I feel like I'm missing a thought, but it's like close enough that it's like I don't even know how to describe it.
And it,
They're probably a villain of some type if Echo's been called to combat.
I mean, if it's something that big, it'd probably be on like the news, right?
Turn on the radio.
Is there a radio in this place?
I'm sure there's one in like the break room that we've turned into the file searching room.
Start turning through channels, listening to any of the stations reporting on villain stuff.
Just imagine. There's like a villain forecasting channel.
Yeah.
That's all they talk about.
5th and 7th is closed because there is a madman with a laser gun. More at 11.
that sounds like a normal day in Halcyon, if we're honest.
Honestly.
Hmm. Okay, I think you probably land on a story of they are not calling this person criticality, but they are talking. I think that they're discussing it in a sense of like, oh, this person is doing not really a protest demonstration, I guess. I don't know. is demonstrating downtown wearing a suit, talking about how it can be used to combat superpowers. And I think they're just noting that the appearance of the suit has a striking resemblance to criticality. And they are just like, this was what, 15 years ago, a decade ago, something along those lines ish,
Little over a decade.
a little over a decade ago.
Joe
Criticality's
was
running amok 11 years ago.
like imminently going to change the channel, and then here's Criticality is like, wait.
11 years ago. Where was I 11 years ago?
Roxy wasn't born.
Oh, toddler Roxy wasn't born. I think there's probably like two hosts, so they start like getting into a little bit of a discussion about it, like what's up with, and kind of like theorizing on why the similarities are there and like what the whole purpose of this is, and is it just is the design just economical as far as like reinforcement and structural goes, or is there some sort of social commentary happening here?
Yeah, cool social commentary. Who's
Yeah.
Criticality?
Yeah, I think the actual details of that event they just do not go into. They're just kind of like talking very high level.
See, this is why I just listen to music. These a-holes never talk about the interesting stuff. Okay, so Criticality was a bad guy.
Sure. I think I was still in Germany, so.
Me and my mom
Tail
would have
end of
just
the
moved to
war.
Halcyon.
Could we ask Mama DeMarco?
Sure.
How
I'll
do-
come.
Well,
Ne-
she would have been raising kids. You guys are on Zen. She would have been paying attention to the news.
Well, not technically me, the other Roxy, but yeah.
Well, raising children.
Yeah. Or we could call Grandpa Les.
Yeah, that might be a better idea.
Or
I'll call Grandpa Les and
you
ask
have someone
him
who has specifically studied superpowers.
if you could call Henry.
We could call Henry.
I mean, I feel like I heard
Is Henry still
That-
here? Or did she leave?
she had left.
Henry's
Okay.
left.
Everybody's left by now except for us. Okay.
I think she was getting the people who were kidnapped back to their.
I
Yeah.
feel like I've heard that word criticality from her before. But I can't remember why. Maybe it was about this guy? Or seems like they're talking about a guy. Also kind of seems like they're talking about a tin can with legs. All right. Let's see if she's available. Switch on the communicator. Watchdog to Rivette.
There's sort of a long pause before she responds. Rivette here.
Hey. I'm here with Elena and Roxy. We got a question, or maybe a few for you.
Okay.
Do you know about a bad guy named Criticality at all?
There's a very long pause before she hesitantly says, "Yes, why?"
Making kind of a long story short, apparently there is some guy who looks like him making a speech. I don't think they mentioned explicitly that it's with normal, but it sounds very normal-esque. And also Cynthia got called away at the same time about the same guy. And we don't really know what's going on.
Okay. Oh. That's very concerning.
Okay.
Great. That is good if she is concerned.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm guessing this Greg Kelly guy was really bad.
Yeah. What's happening with? Is there an attack? What's happening? Hang on,
According to the
maybe I
news,
should
he's
just turn
yep.
on the news.
According to the radio, he's just like talking.
Oh,
Giving
and
a
we are
speech.
also not supposed to know what is going on because Cynthia did not tell us.
You have to mention that.
I don't think that she
Transparency is
explicitly
good in
said
relationship.
that, but it was implied. You are correct.
But she cannot stop us from turning on the radio. Unless she took all the radios.
She did not take the radio though.
Mhm.
So
Transparency and communication are good in relationships.
I think that she's probably going to tell us when she needs to.
Yeah. But now if something explodes on the radio, we can hear it and go.
Yeah, that's probably why she didn't take the radio, but you know, whatever.
I think at that Henry just lets out a very strained laugh
Maniacal.
and says, "If you hear something explode on the radio, there's no saving that."
The radio, if it explodes or if somebody
Oh,
explodes
yeah, I guess
on the
if
radio.
he's-
If you hear there's an explosion downtown, that's oh god. Okay. Has there been any mention of bombs?
What?
Not since we
No.
started listening.
No.
Oh
Okay.
shit, I was right. This is the atomic bomb guy, isn't it?
Did like Mad the Bomber who bombs at midnight?
Oh.
I sure hope there's not a bomb going off in the night, but yes, Criticality had developed a nuclear bomb that he was going to set off in Halcyon.
Like they did in like Japan?
Yes. So if this
Well, that's
is
bad.
Ooh.
Really
this is
bad things
the
happen.
same guy or someone who's trying to do something similar, we might be in for a very, very bad day.
We
How do
can
we
hope
know?
it's a bad copycat who's just trying to capitalize on fear.
That's probably why Hekate was kind of freaking out.
What if it's actually John Evans doing copycat stuff?
No,
If it
he
is,
would
I
not
will
hide behind the
Personally
mask.
rip
He's
his
too
arms
vain.
off.
If it's
You
if it's John
probably
Evans,
don't do that on the news though.
if it is him, I really fucking hope that he doesn't actually have a bomb.
On the
Okay,
bright side, I
uh,
don't think that he possesses the. Well, he probably could pay people to make a bomb. You know.
I mean, who the hell do you go to make something like that? That's like
I don't know.
U.S. military shit.
Uncle Paulie probably has a guy. He's got a guy for everything.
I'm really gonna
Scientist?
hope your uncle doesn't know how to make an atom bomb. All right, that's
That is probably
No, he's
above
got a
his.
guy.
I mean, when you're looking at nuclear
Different.
technology, the biggest Barnett Industries had the most access to those kinds of resources.
Uh-oh.
So they would have the funds, the knowledge, and the technology to make something like that happen.
I don't think it's Bonnet Industries.
Well, I mean, that's good then, right? Because Cynthia works for them, so like if anything shady was going on, she'd know. She's smart.
And she can read thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that like there wouldn't be a bomb, right?
Well, okay. What do we know about Bonnet Industries?
Cynthia works for them.
Yeah, that's what I know.
They do
too.
science stuff.
They do science stuff involved with
They're,
physics.
as far as I know, better than like 90% of the other scientist organizations we've met that are all just kind of assholes.
So why would they have a atom? I'm just so confused.
Well, I mean that's probably why Echo got called out then, right? They're probably trying to figure out if this actually is criticality or if it's just some dickhead with the same suit.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask the scientists in the thing. They're science people. They probably know.
Maybe don't tell them that. Last thing we need is all of them panicking.
What if there's a link between normal and the criticality guy?
From what he was saying on the radio, Henry, this criticality guy, was he like John Evans? Did he have like the same sort of anti-super bullshit? Or was he
From
just
what
a psycho?
I mean, from what I've read, that hasn't been mentioned, but I mean, when it all happened, I was still pretty young, so it's not like I have a lot of memories or firsthand experience to draw from.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, if there was a threat that big confirmed, Cynthia would have told us, right?
Yeah, definitely.
If there's a threat to literally every single person we know within like 100-mile radius, like she wouldn't just run off without explaining shit.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's probably not the same guy.
Fine. I mean, she'll tell us if it's not fine, and then we can figure it out. That's a later us problem, then. You know, like why do we gotta worry about it if we don't gotta worry about it right now? You know?
Sure.
You look worried still.
I still am.
Are you hungry? Do you need to go to the bathroom?
I kind of don't want to eat anything right now. I think I might throw up.
Oh yeah, that's why
sad.
I asked about the bathroom too. You know, you look like your tummy hurts.
I don't know if Pepto-Bismol is a thing by this point in history, but I think Joe's like,
Alka-Seltzer is.
I think I
Soda
just need to
water.
keep some Alka-Seltzer on my costume.
Yeah, you could probably just eat them.
The Pepto-Bismol was first sold in 1900 or 1901.
Yeah.
Damn.
In 1919, it was renamed Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, it's not Pepto-Bismol yet, but it's the same thing. Okay.
Well, it is at this point.
1919.
1919. 1919,
Oh, okay.
it was renamed. So by 1953, yeah. Well, I guess it's technically 1954 now.
So, I think we should just keep going about you go take care of your tummy issues, and I'm gonna go talk to the people again.
Just, don't tell them we all might just explode.
Do you think this is part of that connection? The scientists and the...
I mean, normal's a bunch of dickbags, but like they want to study supers. They wouldn't just. Right?
Well, I mean, if you blow up Halcyon, you blow up a lot of the supers in the world.
That is true.
Kind of a hub for supers.
Well-
Atom bomb could take me out.
Let's
Alright.
not test.
I'd rather not, yeah. Anyhow,
Oy. I'm gonna go take some Alka-Seltzer.
I'm gonna go talk to the people. Maybe Elena can unlock the door so I can get in there.
Yeah, I can do that.
I think
Oh,
that
thanks, Henry.
yeah, no problem. And as you hang up and break for the moment, I think that's a good time to take an actual break.
Yay!
So
We'll be back.
maybe
Probably.
See,
Hopefully.
is criticality my version of rocks fall and everyone dies?
Maybe.
Could be.
Perhaps.
Charlie's sick of jamming for us, and this is Charlie's way out of jamming.
Yeah, because we take a break and come back with a different game.
Yeah. See you in another month. Anyway. Back here.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people. I wanna know if you're feeling it too. Out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under street lights right next to the skyline. With you, yeah, you. I've been listening for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright.
I'm looking at you. I'm trying to get your attention. Can I come close? I don't know how to play this. Our hands touch once or twice, feeling kind of hypnotized. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, you're looking at me, making me feel like maybe you want this too. Give me your attention. I'm trying to breathe, but the air feels just like water. You're making me weak now. What doesn't kill you makes you. Our hands touch once or twice, we should let them intertwine. I'm looking at you and I feel the tension. You know, this could be like heaven. I am right here, doing my best to make you feel like I do. And just for a second, Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Show me life. Show me love. This is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down. Make you fall on.
80-foot tall wolf sitting right in front of us. You had just had a wolf inside of you, like literally inside of you, but not like in a fun way, but like in a not fun way. And
What
you
is
know,
the fun way?
No.
ask
it is
Henry.
both. You are not
That's a different thing.
This is not that kind of campaign.
No,
You're not playing Monster
that's for
Heart.
monsters.
Oh.
And they're just like, no, it's bags. I'm just like, cool.
And you have to say it like that too.
Bags.
That's a very Wisconsin dialect thing. Bags.
It's just cornhole.
Bags. Well,
Ouch.
no, it like ladder golf is not ladder golf here. It's testy toss. It's different because it's from Wisconsin, and we're all drunk.
Pause.
We're all drunk while we do it.
Like, oh no, my phone. Well, looks like I only have you to talk to, Salvatore.
Is that a threat?
That's a promise.
Is it perfect?
And that is the garbage plate, which I had to look this up because I forgot everything that goes in one. I've never eaten one. The fact that I know of their existence is a curse.
Yes.
A traditional plate is your choice of cheeseburger, hamburger, Italian sausages, steak, chicken, red hots, served on top of any combination of home fries, french fries, baked beans, and/or macaroni salad, and then topped with hot sauce, sometimes also topped with optional mustard and onions. It's usually served with a slice of buttered bread. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage plate.
That's
It's
gonna
a
be our
very
new
apt
ladies and
name.
gentlemen the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, the garbage.
Sylvie were told by Natalie yet, but I think I'm changing the code name. I'm gonna be Magic Werewolf Man. Figured I'd go with Coyote.
Yep. You just hop a couple times.
Ha! Ha!
Nope.
Doesn't
Maybe
look
it's
like
the
it.
pose. Try a couple more.
Yes.
Ha!
Yes.
Ha!
Is Elena just watching this? I love it.
I don't think it's
Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. Show me life, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life. Show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love.
This is all we
got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Show me life. Show me love. This is all we got. Sometimes life will push you down, make you fall onto the ground. But I know you will turn it around. Oh, this is all we got. And I know you'll make mistakes, get interference and lose your way. Find the light when it rains. Oh, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love. Make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love.
Don't cough on me. Why are you like this?
Okay. So I guess, is there anything specific the trio in the warehouse would like to do after getting off the comms with Henry? Or you
Roxy
just-
wanted to talk to people.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything specific you're looking for though?
She's
Or
just
trying to
gonna
build
build
rapport.
rapport.
Okay.
She's just gonna sit there and
Otherwise, Joe is going to take some Alka-Seltzer and try to focus on going through files.
Okay. Then I'm
You
guessing.
could always call Cynthia if you want more information.
He's trying to do the whole trust your team to do
Whoa.
their thing.
That was your first mistake.
I'm aware.
Never trust
mhm.
Cynthia.
For what it's worth, it didn't actually
Implicitly
occur to her
trust
that
Cynthia.
this was going to be a bomb situation.
There's no confirmed bomb yet. Anyway. All right.
Yet.
Back to the rooftop where Echo, Hekate, and Parhelia are staked out.
Ta-da!
mhm. So I think the demonstration goes on for a little bit longer before things just kind of disperse. Criticality 2.0 and Entourage make their exit, not in a, super uniform fashion. So
Okay. Do they leave flying, walking?
they start by leaving walking, but then once they're kind of out of the initial area where they were having the demonstration, do fly.
Say we follow them.
Okay. I think it's probably a little. You have to be a little more cautious since it is daylight at this point.
That's makes sense.
But you can keep your distance and follow them through a very curbing path around Halcyon. We're getting to an area on the northwest side of the city, and they land in a parking lot behind a medium large-ish office building. Which
Does it look like the office building from the memories of the person?
yes.
Okay.
But they go through, because the suits are so big, they go through one of the like dock delivery doors at the back of the building.
Okay. Thinking about. We picked up some scientists from Normal and they had this in their memories. So if you're looking for confirmation of a connection,
You've got it. Well, you know who they're working with and where they're stationed.
where the suits are coming from.
Next question is, what's their next move?
Yeah. Wait till night, break and enter.
It's worth a shot. Although, considering what this organization is up to, I wouldn't be surprised if there are people working at all hours of the day and night. So we might
That makes sense.
have a trickier time getting inside.
Could just go for now. I feel like I already know what you're going to say, but when I headed out, the team asked me to tell you that they're willing to help with whatever. And give them details, really, but if you want help.
What I was going to say first is that going in right now, probably not the best idea since we know they're still in the suits. I would rather increase our chances of having them as separated as possible.
I'd agree with that.
I imagine getting in and out of them is not a quick or easy process.
Nope.
As far as the rest of the team goes, having more people to scout as much of the area as possible could work in our benefit.
Cover more angles.
Also increases the chances of getting caught, but
It's your call. This is a weird ask. Can I pierce the mask on Hekate?
sure.
Or attempt to with my -3
-3
modifier?
Yeah. All you have to do is roll high.
Well, with my -3 modifier, that's a 3. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
Fuck.
there's a lot of emotions happening.
That's true.
You're
Don't
not
forget
used
mark
to dealing
potential
with
for those missed moves.
you're not used to dealing with a Hecate that's sort of so emotional.
Yeah. The best I can roll is a 9 with the 12 roll, so I'm like, fuck. Anyways, I don't know what's going on.
Don't forget to mark potential.
That's true. I also failed that roll earlier, so I think that's 2.
Yes.
Yep.
I forgot that that was a thing.
It's been so long.
Thank you for the reminder.
While I would like to wrap this up as quickly as possible, the risks are pretty great if we get caught going on the offensive.
All right.
Especially if we claim we're acting on suspicions that they're using technology similar to what Criticality had, and they don't actually have any of that. Could make a tumultuous situation even more volatile.
Agreed.
Does
So we
Coyote
wait?
know what gunpowder smells like?
I don't know. Possibly.
We were able to identify what sorts of materials they have on site before going in that could help inform a plan.
Okay. You want me to call him in?
Might as well.
I'd imagine the others are going to ask questions. I don't especially enjoy keeping my team in the dark.
The potential threat. This whole situation is an obvious one. How likely would the rest of them want to rush in to try and resolve this? I don't think they necessarily need the whole story.
I could see Roxy wanting that, but she usually will listen if I ask her not to.
Okay. You can inform them all. I don't necessarily know if they all need to come right away, since we don't
Okay.
know entirely what we're dealing with.
All right. Could have them keep watch over the city in general, see if there's anything happening, in case this is a distraction.
Set up patrols. That actually might be to our benefit. Especially if they have more of those suits. Since I did see some of them, some movement. Before this happened, they could be patrolling themselves for opportunities.
That would make sense to me. Okay. I'll make the call. She'll head to the other side of the rooftop, and we're going to call Coyote. Echo to Coyote.
Coyote here. Hi. Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
I don't know how to answer that. We need your help. Assuming you know what gunpowder smells like.
Okay. I mean, I've smelled guns before. I guess it would sort of smell like that.
Roughly, I think.
Yeah, sure.
The rest of the team, but not. The situation's currently a little delicate. We could use their help, but not immediately on site.
Okay. You want me to have everybody else meet up somewhere? Junkyard, maybe?
If you can just get everyone in the same room, put me on speaker.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Roxy!
Yeah.
Need you over here.
Okay.
And I assume Elena is still with the document pile.
Mm-hmm.
She helped Roxy get in the room and lock the door behind her, and then
Oh.
she didn't go in the room though.
You too, Elena.
Oh no, I thought I was just going to stand over here and but tell Roxy to go somewhere and not expect someone else to come follow her.
Twist the knob on the communicator. Alright, Echo. All three of us can hear you.
As you can probably imagine, we have a situation.
What?
Should we add to the list?
Going to need a new whiteboard, chalkboard for the list.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have time to write a list on this one.
Okay.
Long story short, villain named Criticality is back in town. Maybe. Or at least styling themselves after the original Criticality. Who tried to blow up the city with a nuclear bomb. So, we need to figure out if that's what's going on here. And if it is, we need to stop it. There's a risk of getting caught if too many of us are on site. So I spoke with
Okay.
Hekate, and she did agree that I could bring you in. What we need right now is Coyote on site with us. We're scoping
Okay.
out, lo and behold, a normal facility that said Criticality suit wearer went into.
Oh, cool. Great.
We need to figure out what materials are on site. But given how these people operate, could be a distraction. They could have other facilities. Elena, Roxy, would you be willing to do some patrols? See what's going on around the city in case there's anything we've missed?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you want me to ask the scientists if they know anything?
They're not going to tell us.
Carefully. I'd try to avoid tipping your hand that we know what's going on, perhaps.
Okay.
Or just try to confuse them.
I could do that. I'm pretty good at that one, actually.
I know. You've got skills.
I do have a very specific set of skills.
All right. And she'll give Coyote the address of where they're at, general directions of how to get there. Come in stealthily. Please don't be seen.
Sure.
Understood, boss.
And all of you, please be careful.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
always
Oh,
creepy.
me and Elena will patrol the city, and we can. Yeah, it'll be fine.
I have faith in you.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions?
Mm, no.
If they do have a bomb, what do we do about it?
Whatever it takes to not have it go off.
Hekate stopped the other criticality, right? She knows.
She did.
She'd know how to like stop this thing from going off.
She didn't stop the bomb. She stopped the man from igniting the bomb.
Joe's immediate mental cartoon bubble is like the atomic radiation symbol on like one of those cartoon bombs with a giant fuse.
A big TNT.
Yeah.
The original criticality had a detonator. He was going to use it. She stopped him from using it. And then she took the bomb and criticality out of the city, detonated it safely, eliminated the threat. That part is not public knowledge.
Yeah. Okay then. I'll be right there.
Thank you.
Coyote out.
Echo out.
Joe sort of looks at Easy Living and Calamity and is just like, well, she's not freaking out, so probably not a bomb.
Or she was trying to keep you calm.
Mm-hmm.
She has an air of calm about her that is sometimes terrifying.
A little bit.
I'm more scared when she's not calm.
Less scared
Nah.
when she's not calm.
I'm more scared when she is calm.
Yeah. Maybe we should not be telling you this. This might not be good for you.
This is private relationship information.
Joe
I mean,
walks
she's
over to
always got like a baseline level of anxiety at a certain point. So if she's calm, then I worry.
Joe walks over to like a work table where he put his hat and like dons it. Well, we got jobs to do, I guess.
Good sniffing.
Yeah.
Didn't think I'd be a bomb sniffer dog in my lifetime, but here we go.
First time for everything.
Yes, so. And Joe will slip out the door, come right back in. Also, we should probably like message somebody to come and feed these guys at some point. Don't know how long we're gonna
Fed
be
them.
out. Yeah,
I
but
just
like,
fed them.
don't want anybody escaping, you know?
That's fair.
Do you want?
We-
do you
we
want us
can
to call
have-
somebody to come watch them? Is that what you're asking us?
Yeah, like you guys know more super people than me. I just
We
think
do.
Henry, but she's probably got classes.
Spuds is gone, so we could call Rivette, I guess.
Rampage.
Oh yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Okay, someone other than Rampage.
Well, you said to call somebody else we know that you do not, and that is Rampage. Oh, we could call her Schnell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't be a bad option, but just I gotta go.
Okay. Bye.
And Joe will take to the rooftops,
We'll
stealthy
just have
style, and
Sylvie watch him.
Yeah.
make his way there.
Okay.
We're just gonna assume Sylvie's gonna stay and watch them.
Okay. It's not too long after you get off the comms with the team that Coyote lands on the rooftop with the rest of you. Coyote, you
Oh.
see Echo and then Hekate crouched down watching a large building, and Parhelia awkwardly standing a few feet away.
Feel like Joe like literally tips his hat to Hecate, ma'am.
My God, I love it.
She glances over at you and then goes back to looking at the building through binoculars. What do you smell?
Let me get tuned in here. And Joe will start sniffing away. Yeah, and I guess this would fall under straight up creeping. Give that a shot.
I still love the name of that.
Mm-hmm. He's a straight up creeper.
Yeah, we knew
Well,
that
it's not a
though.
creeper. He's just nosy.
Hmm.
I
Nosy
don't want to
creeper.
know all the things that he's listening to.
Plus mundane. Plus 1. Here we go. Oh, dang. Rolled a 12, so that's a 13.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Getting a good downwind on this one.
Get to ask Chu.
All right, we will definitely start with what happened here recently, specifically checking for that gunpowder smell.
So you'd probably, I imagine that hydraulic steam has a sort of tinge to it.
Probably weirdly smells like the auto shop in a sideways way.
But slightly off.
Yeah.
So something you can be like, oh, this is different. Similar kind of bits of machinery, but different.
Mhm.
So you'd catch that there's been movement of hydraulic suits in and out of this building. So clearly at different times, some scent trails are stronger than others.
A lot of machinery going in and out of this place. Smells like pistons, I think. Reminds me of an auto shop, but more clean.
Probably the steam hydraulics. The suits. Okay, what else? And as you dig deeper with your sense of smell, you do get a tinge of like the sharpness of gunpowder and then some very strong smelling chemicals.
Oof. Okay. Definitely getting chemicals. I think I recognize one of them, ammonia or something. And I think I am smelling guns.
So at the
I saw
very
this-
least, guns or explosives of some kind.
I do have a second question here, and I will go with what's my best way in/out?
Probably the bay entrance at the back. Not just the big doors where the suits had gone in, like Echo and Hekate saw, but there's also like a smaller side door in that area too, where people could go inside to talk to delivery crews or whatever. It's in the back of the building off the main street, so a little more secluded.
Getting a lot of machinery smell from back alleyway, but not a whole lot of human smell. I think if we want to go in, that's probably our best entry point.
Okay. How long has passed since we originally saw those people headed in?
Probably a half hour.
They're probably not in the suits anymore.
No, but it's still the middle of the day. We're not exactly sure how many people are in there.
True.
I'd give you a rough estimate, but those chemicals are kind of futzing with things.
Could take a quick scan.
All right. See what you got. So you're just
Echo will listen in, see how many.
trying to pick up different consciousness is.
Yeah. How many minds can I find?
It's like the one Mario Party game where you have to count the Goombas.
There's quite a few people in this building. Probably at this point, probably between like 50 and 100.
Okay. More than 50, less than 100. A lot. Head on is probably not the approach to take.
I feel like almost reflectively, Joe sort of looks over his shoulder to Parhelia. Any recommendations? You're kind of break-in master.
Normally, how I would case a place is, if possible, find a way to get inside in civilian mode so that I can get a first-hand look at everything before having to actually do the break-in. Don't really think that's an option here considering everything. So, if getting boots on the ground isn't a possibility, option number 2 would be to take a day or two to observe the comings and goings of the people in the building. Something we can easily do if we have time, but we're not exactly sure what timelines we're working with here, so if we're fine taking some extra time, we can keep an eye on the place.
If they're trying to emulate criticality,
Criticality.
Criticattle.
Giant
Yeah.
suit that's painted white with black spots.
Your cowboy nemesis. They're trying to emulate criticality. They're probably not going to try doing this without a speech. That buys us time since it doesn't seem to be something they're trying to do right now. Given this is a normal facility, I don't see much of a benefit in them just setting off a bomb in there. I think we could probably risk it. But then again, they might try, or they might be sloppy and they might set something off.
I feel like Joe sort of looks over at Hekate. Is it okay if I say something? Take that as a yes.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing I don't know as much about this as maybe you guys do, but I mean, this criticality guy sounds like he was just completely nuts. Which leads me to like two kind of questions here. If Normal's trying to pretend they're the good guys, why are they repurposing a bad guy to be their mascot, I guess? Uh, and B, if they're trying to like save all the normal people and not the super people, why would they set off a bomb? I mean, from what I'm gathering about this criticality guy, it seems like he just wanted to kill everybody, not specifically take out super folks. So, like, why would they want to do that? I guess.
Criticality was
There was a bit of
a bit of a
revenge.
showpiece. Or that.
There's a little revenge fuel mixed in with that one.
Who the hell wants revenge by blowing up a city?
Let's say your interests aren't in the city and your suit is explosion proof. What do you gain? You create a threat, a real tangible threat. And you can leverage that. I don't know how that matches up with whatever the fuck Normal's doing, because that's a threat to everybody. So I'm not sure. The motivations don't line up.
Well, looking at it from rather obvious standpoint, could be that they aren't trying to replicate criticality in his entirety and really just want to rework the suit into being more of a mobile tank, so to speak, something that can stand up and protect ordinary people against those with powers. That is one option, and again, we have no actual confirmation that they are making a bomb or have a bomb. That might just be our leap in cautionary logic because of what the suits look like.
I mean, reasonable. It's an atom bomb.
But
Suit's powered by the same thing.
I feel like there's a very slow turn to Cynthia.
Nuclear
I'm sorry,
power.
What?
Nuclear power. Creates a bomb. Creates a suit.
And these assholes are just walking around in them.
Well, at least one. Only one of them looked similar to Criticality's suit. The others seemed different.
Holy fuck.
You weren't entirely wrong when you said he was a little nuts.
Additionally, your point being so far normal stance has just been to take care of the superpowered people. We really only know what they've claimed on the surface level. Considering everything they've done, I believe it is within the realm of possibility that, considering Halcyon is largely the source of superpowered individuals, they could easily see the masses of the city being a necessary sacrifice in snuffing out the rest of the threat.
Should I get my folks out of the city?
Maybe. Then again, causing a public uproar could just make them set it off sooner if they have one. You gotta catch people before they leave. Then it becomes a game between tipping your hand, what they know, and when they know it.
This is a really fucked game.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault, but Jesus.
Welcome to the big leagues.
I still wasn't feeling that confident in the small leagues, I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
That's fair.
Okay, fuck. Okay. So yeah, break in and like can we turn off that suit with the bomb in it?
The suit wouldn't be a bomb. Preferably. I mean, it could be, but that doesn't seem useful for what they'd be trying to do with it. The point of the original suit was that it packed some substantial firepower, and it was more or less immune to its own firepower. And to a fucking nuclear bomb.
It's one hell of a suit.
A marvel of engineering. But, you know, brilliance often comes with horrible, horrible fucking consequences in this city.
I'm gathering.
Dismantling the suit would be the safest thing to do, though. But carefully. We don't know if they somehow managed to find the original. If they did, there's probably a way to take it apart that's more or less safe. If they've replicated it badly, taking it apart could be dangerous.
Also, just
Unshielded radiation, something like that.
Also, just focusing our efforts on the suit and a potential bomb would only be a temporary solution. They've managed to build it once. They would have the resources and information to build it again.
Right.
Wait a second. Would this energy have a smell? Because I only smelled like pistons.
Do you smell water?
Generally,
lot of
water's
it.
kind of everywhere.
Concentrated. If you're doing something with nuclear energy, you need to cool it somehow. And that means water.
Okay. I'll take a double sniff. Do I smell effectively a pool walking by or something?
You mean, you smell water. I don't know. I don't know if by smell. I don't know if you'd be able to smell the difference between a glass of water and a pool of water.
Fair point. I mean, I
But
smell,
there's water.
I smell water, but we're a freaking coastal town. It always kind of smells like water.
That's also true.
Oh, jeez.
Parhelia says, I mean, considering they've already requisitioned one superpowered person who can create fucking dimensions, that doesn't mean they don't have something similar to store everything they would need for a bomb. Or maybe
That's true.
there's someone with a superpower that can cool things and they don't actually need all of the water.
Also possible.
You really gotta get in there and figure out what the hell is going on.
Probably.
I can't take much more Alka-Seltzer, man. That's gonna get bad for my stomach.
What?
Never mind.
I don't think you're supposed to be taking Alka-Seltzer for ulcers.
What's an ulcer?
Oh boy.
A later problem. So, step one, we watch and we wait.
If we are going to go in, kind of a no turning back thing, might be useful to have more numbers. But at the same time, it's going to look unprovoked if it's caught on camera.
There are pros and cons to either approach. We'll have plenty of time to discuss them all at length while we observe.
Hurry up and wait.
You guys found this place by following the suits here, right?
Mhm.
Is there anything about the building that says it's owned by Normal?
It was in the memories of the scientists, so it could be not owned by Normal.
I mean, did we check if it has a sign or something?
Normal. Would you
Well,
label your secret research facility with your name on it?
I don't know. I'm not a psychopath.
Well, that's on you.
Parhelia says, you're a giant werewolf who runs around in a cowboy outfit fighting crime. You're pretty damn close.
It's supposed to just be a werewolf cowboy. Forget it.
Without the costume, you're just
I know. Okay, I know. My point is, if it would be possible for someone to figure out that this is Normal's location, don't we kind of have a possible way of distracting them? Like, a lot?
Say more.
Well, if this location was known as Normal's headquarters, we kind of know a protest leader.
Are you comfortable with that?
Fuck no, but I don't want to explode tomorrow, so
It'd be a good distraction.
I mean, she'd have to be okay with it.
Of course.
Is your goal just to make some noise or to actually disrupt whatever they're doing?
Six in one, half dozen the other. I mean, if this place is anonymous, they clearly don't want to be disturbed in any way, so make a disturbance that keeps them busy while we figure out what the hell's going on.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. If they're all focused on a protest outside. And if there was a bomb in there, doesn't matter where people are in the city.
True.
But
there's
puts people in danger.
It does. There's also differences between just causing a ruckus with no additional backlash beyond public opinion and trying to crack down on them legally. Because just having a group of protesters outside calling out their BS is one thing. There's been plenty of protests already against the registry in normal. Compared to if we're able to gather enough evidence to have enough standing, to create enough standing and backing to serve a warrant. If we can get a legal search involved, not only would it give superheroes backing to act against them, but if they find damning evidence in there, that also will turn non-superpowered people against them and could get them formally shut down, the information of all of the scientists and parties involved taken down, a large-scale investigation, potentially a criminal list. It could bar them from being involved in other research or scientific activities.
If they listen. This time.
If we can find evidence of not strictly nuclear weapons, but just bombs in general, coming from a non-governmental organization and non-governmental affiliated organization,
They'll want to do something about that.
that I think would prompt a necessary response on the local level, but
Maybe even like
could also take it to a federal level.
like the state or
Call the FBI.
The FBI.
think we get the president in on this?
He probably wouldn't handle it personally, but
I don't know how this shit works.
a federal organization would have a lot of clout.
And
That's
they
true.
probably wouldn't be working for bad guys, right?
Not these ones, probably. It's more of a local problem.
Would be a lot harder to pay off an entire federal agency compared to local law enforcement.
We get it out of local courts, too. Harder to bribe state courts.
Okay, so what appearing here is that either we can like pull this off and it's really good, like bypass every bad guy in the city to like get these guys arrested good, or things could get blown to absolute fucking hell.
Yeah.
Cool. And here I thought having my soul to the Fae was gonna
Oh.
be like the most tense thing that happened in my life. Neat. Feel like Joe's been like pacing back and forth on the rooftop through all this and just like turns back to everybody. What do you need me to do?
Depends on the plan. If we're going in, then we're probably stealthing. Scouting's going to be important. Your sense of smell will be key. And whatever we can pick up telepathically. Avoid people. Keep it sneaky. Get in, get out.
You can do that? But we might just wait a little bit.
Doesn't necessarily have to be now, but that's what we would need you to do, probably.
I can do stakeouts.
So then, do we wait?
I assume you're asking everyone else because Joe's looking at all of you like, what's the plan?
She's asking Hekate.
Hekate says, I think that's the best first step.
All right.
We, ideally, at the very least, infiltration will be best under the cover of darkness. Ideally, at that point, there will be fewer people in the building.
That makes sense to me. Oh, sorry. Echo will take a seat, sit in a vaguely meditative pose, and she's just gonna lightly scan, see what's going on until they're ready.
Archelia makes herself a lounge chair out of a shield.
Yes.
I feel like Joe paces around for like an hour and then just like sits opposite of Cynthia, just like holding Flint to his chest, just like. Hmm. You don't need telepathy to know that he is just like a coiled spring at the moment.
I think that's fair and reasonable.
Okay. All right. Easy Living and Calamity, you are patrolling the city. Things are calm for the time of day. Nothing big happening. Maybe you stop like one guy who's trying to commit a crime in the middle of the day, like a purse snatcher, and you're just like, oh no. Bad slap on the wrist. And that's really, but that's like the most escalated thing you run into as you're doing your rounds.
I just imagine Elena like floats him while he's trying to run away,
Yeah.
and then Roxy just
He's just, like,
walks up
running in
and
air.
like takes the bet. I'll be taking this,
No.
and then she just lets him and be like, and I don't expect that you should be doing that anymore. And then she just chastises him as Elena like drops him back down to go.
Okay. Yeah. And he, sullenly runs off, tail between his legs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Promising to change his ways. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Roxy believes that he will,
There you go.
even though he absolutely probably won't.
Maybe if he gets caught like 2 or 3 more times, then he really will. But you know, it's certainly not on the same day. give it a couple weeks before he tries again. But what I think I'll leave the two of you with as you are making your way around a block, you hear a voice off to the side say, "Found you." And you turn and see a petite woman wearing a black jumpsuit. She has light brown hair cut into like a tight bob, and she's pretty expressionless, just kind of blank face. And then landing next to her is a larger man. I don't know why we've just established this theme. But he's dressed like an old Western cowboy.
Yeah.
And there are two jumping next to him on either side are two robotic dogs. And he says,
Fuck.
"Ma'am, I think you'll be coming with us. There's a few
What?
people who are requesting your presence."
Whose presents? Mine, Easy Living's.
Do we know you?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not supposed to go with strangers.
Well, I think we can become fast friends.
Okay,
Unit
well, tell me.
5214.
Aw, fuck.
And I think that's we'll wrap things up.
Ah, fuck.
Shit. Shit. Shit.
Well, finally, after years and years, the Repo Man is on the scene.
What?
Caleb redeemed that months ago.
He's fired. Fired.
Better than pasta chole.
It is better than pasta
But he'll never be
chole.
fan favorite Spuds McKenzie. That was my friend's suggestion.
Yeah,
No-
that's what Mackenzie
no
is
one-
Oh my
over there.
god.
No one will be fan favorite Spuds McKenzie.
I love how we keep introducing more cowboys into this New
I
Jersey
swear I have nothing to
side
do with this.
city.
You started it. It's just I think it's
funny.
it's because of you and the fact that it's the 1950s, so we don't have a whole lot of source material
That's true.
to work with as far
Mhm.
as their inspiration
It was
goes.
cowboys or aliens, and never the twain shall meet. We're not gonna talk about cowboys versus aliens because it was fucking awful.
What if we get cowboy aliens?
Maybe.
Alien
We're
cowboys.
getting Viking aliens.
Yes.
That's true.
We have Viking aliens. That is pretty good.
You don't know that. Oh, during our last session, Sylvie had
Oh, she had a vision.
Right.
she had a vision about her doom and had it relate to the Fae, and she saw that the Huntsman is apparently involved with sending a Viking spaceship after Sylvie.
What?
We don't
Yeah,
know.
In
just
space.
in space. Just
It's a
imagine one of
Viking
those
ship
like
in space.
ships from Treasure Planet, but it's
I fucking
Viking
love this.
style.
I
We've
appreciate
got
how off the
cowboys,
rails we were going.
Vikings,
Coming to get ya.
aliens, the Fae. Here
Yeah, this really
on
does
TIFF,
feel
you
like
can
a
find
superhero
all the
comic
weird
book.
tropes.
This really does feel like a superhero comic book because our rogues gallery is just like science
Wild.
experiment, Fey creature, science experiment, Vikings from space.
Half of them are cowboys.
And cowboys. Werewolf cowboys. Don't forget about that.
Cowboy wizards.
Cowboy
Cowboy
wizards.
wizards, potato cowboy wizards.
Yeah, I
Cowboy
mean, you get all the
werewolves.
best tropes
This
here
is
on.
100%
Tales from
what
the Forgotten
happens
Cowboys.
to a normal comic book as they go through writers, and the different writers are just like, I like this. We're gonna make a character out of this.
You wonder
Yeah.
what kind of psychedelics they were using during that, but really, it's just our imagination.
Imagination's a hell of a drug.
LSD and shrooms, probably.
little acid, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, it was the
Alright.
70s.
All right. But we do have our end of session questions here, and
Yep.
I would actually like to start with a question to Charlie / Bree here.
Okay.
Because I do still have the beacon stuff, which has not activated in a long time now. But one of them I have unmarked here is help a teammate when they most need you. And I did specifically get summoned for this. I don't know if that would qualify, though, so I wanted some extra opinions on that.
Personally, I'd count something more dramatic.
What noise
Yeah.
was that?
That was
I'm,
kind of my thought, but I also want to check these things off at some point.
I am sort of imagining a scenario where, like, you have a teammate who's just backed into a corner, bruised, bloody, beaten down, and then you come in and it's like power of friendship.
All
Big
right.
damn heroes.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
I also feel like this is more like you're helping Hekate, sort of, rather than Cynthia.
Fair point. Fair point. But I think I will go ahead and grow closer to team, specifically Cynthia. For what I feel is some somewhat obvious reasoning here. I was specifically called in, and she valued and took my advice, which feels nice. Makes Joe feel like he actually knows somewhat what the hell he's doing at this point. But, he's also relying on her, like, I'd really like to not be blown to smithereens within 48 hours, thanks.
I think that's a fair thing to want.
You don't know how long the countdown is.
Oh, God.
Could be 48
Assuming
seconds.
there is one.
Oh my god.
Of course, I can neither confirm nor deny there is a nuclear bomb somewhere in the city.
Neither
Things
confirm
that
nor
will-
deny that it's here either.
Things to say to the FBI, though, get you sent to shadow
One GM
prison.
always tells the truth, the other GM always lies. There's a nuclear bomb in the city. Which one is Charlie?
But yeah, Cynthia already has influence over me, so you get to shift me as you will. I will go ahead and mark potential. I am one away from an advancement.
All right. Apologies in advance if this messes you up. We're going to say Savior up, Superior down.
Well, Savior is locked, so nothing happens.
Fair enough.
And no condition, yay.
Thought process being, you did come to help, but also your nerves are showing.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking
Mm-hmm.
baby. I just got told that I'm sitting on the bomb in the bus.
You don't know that for sure.
The whole city's the bomb.
The bomb is a mental state.
The bomb is a social construct.
What paper is this? This is like
The
some.
bomb is a metaphor for gender, and it
I was
is a
about to
social
say, what
construct.
metaphor is this being stretched over?
The bomb is a metaphor for capitalism.
Fucking capitalism. By the
bomb
time
is
this
a
airs,
metaphor for
it's
a
Gay
bomb.
Capitalism Month, though.
It is gay capitalism.
Yes. Corporations of pride, baby.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Keeping the pride theme, I am going to grow closer to one of my girlfriends, Roxy, because we're about to get kidnapped.
We are about to get
Woo!
kidnapped.
Oh my god.
And then we're gonna grow
Echo
closer
didn't say
and closer
don't get
together.
kidnapped. So.
They didn't specifically.
The worst
say not
part
to
is
get
y'all followed the
kidnapped.
buddy system, and it's not going to help.
The buddy
Yeah.
system did not help.
Nope.
The buddy
No, it's
system
not.
doesn't deter a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's a buddy
All right.
hunter.
All right. So, I am going to say that Elena's savior goes up and mundane go down.
That can happen. Thank God, I really didn't want a third condition. I'm going to clear one of my do I want to clear a condition?
That's a hard choice.
I
as
mean,
the
probably if you are planning on fighting
Being in a
this
fight.
bounty hunter.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear hopeless. I'll keep
'Cause
insecure.
I'm assuming that you don't want to go with him willingly. But I could be wrong.
I don't.
Who knows?
I
Might be
don't know
fun.
if Calamity wants to, because sometimes she just befriends people.
You may
And
be having
sometimes they're
I have a
kidnappers.
choice in being friends with this guy.
I was about to say, if he's got the like codes or whatever, then like
I'm pretty sure she's just in go mode now.
I feel like the second he starts saying that, Roxy was just like, "Nope,
We gotta get earplugs.
Yeah.
those didn't work.
Well,
we
I
tried
guess
those."
when we
Oh,
get
yeah, that's
back,
right.
we can see if Charlie will let Roxy try her throat punch technique.
Ready?
As he starts saying unit, just like throat punch.
Wasn't there like a whole recall phase, or he just had to
he
like
just,
say
he
the
just
unit
called
number?
you Unit 15214. That
But
Yeah.
it didn't activate anything, did it?
right. The name doesn't activate anything. There was a special
Okay.
phrase.
Yeah, there's
that
a
was
phrase.
what happened last time.
Elena knows the phrase, but Maria definitely doesn't remember that.
So
I wrote it
you
down.
would, I think, even from your experiments,
I
you
don't
would
think I
you would have
wrote
been
it
able to
down.
find out that just saying
Conduct
unit-
protocol, I'll make it
Unit
14.
whatever.
Yeah,
unit
because
whatever
we
doesn't do
We
anything.
did experiment like with every like phoneme or whatever, adding every phoneme.
Because we
in.
did, yeah, we tested it with the earplugs with cotton in your ears, and it
Mhm.
still worked.
Yep.
On the bright
Roxy's
side, Elena
like,
can
I'm
knock
going to
out
fucking
Roxy
electrocute
if
you
that
in the
comes to
throat,
it.
sir. None of you can say shit anymore because I fried your vocal cord. You're not dead though, so I didn't break the dead rule.
I don't think she
God.
brings the stun gun anymore.
Alexa-
Paralyzed for
stun
life
gun.
is technically
Roxy
not
is
dead.
a living stun gun at this point.
I think we've gone beyond stun gun. I think you're like stun cannon.
Just stun. Well, Elena had a stun gun to knock Roxy out just in case this exact situation happened, and she
Except now she's electricity, so I don't know
yeah.
if that
So now
works.
I don't think she
I
brought
don't
it
know
with
if
her
it
after
works
that
or not
first time
either.
either.
They didn't update the protocols for the new power. Shit.
It's sitting collecting dust in a corner, covered in plants. The plants have harnessed electricity. Oh no!
I can go next if you want. I think Roxy is going to grow closer to the team and also growing closer to Elena because they're probably about to get kidnapped together. And that was a bonding experience, really.
A romantic kidnapping.
It's a date.
God.
Oh my god!
Really-
When have we had time for a date?
Oh my
Penny,
God.
What
Yeah.
movie is this?
This is a great date activity for
It's that movie
like
with
an
Anna
escape
Kendrick and
room,
Sam
but-
Rockwell, where he's like that contract killer, and he teaches her how to be a contract killer, and they fall in love.
Yeah.
That movie.
I feel like this is going to be like a very real high stakes escape room situation.
But you have to escape all of Halcyon.
We're gonna learn about this as they're like being wheeled up to the normal building, and we're all just like, shit.
Ah, okay.
They are. Is Roxy the bomb? We're not sure. Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna move. What do I want to move?
When all of the Roxys become one.
I'm gonna move
Roxception.
mundane down and
Roxception.
danger up.
Exception.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what was that?
Mundane down and danger up. Which
Danger can't go
I was
up.
gonna say danger's locked.
It's locked, so you're good. Mundane could have went down though, so.
Oh,
But
no,
I still
clear
get.
hopeless.
I'm gonna take the potential, and I get to level up. So
Ooh.
Wow.
Level up. before
whatever
fight.
level up. I don't know. I take
Get an
a new
advancement.
thing,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you like
and
combine
I'll
Roxy's-
talk to you about it more, Charlie. But you know, I think that Elena and Roxy are really, really bonding in this. It's a very much a bonding experience. The buddy system. Yeah. Well, at least we weren't alone when we got kidnapped.
Would you add like an exponential power after Roxy's name if you combine Roxy's, so it'd be like Roxy squared?
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Roxy to the third power, Roxy to the fourth power.
That's what we
or-
need. Roxy cubed.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Roxy cubed.
You know what? This definitely sounds like some sort of band name.
Yes, yes. Yes, it's definitely a
It's
Roxy band.
it's instead of the Carpenters, we just have the Roxys.
Roxy's, yes, yes, yes. So yeah, that's my end of session questions.
I am going to go closer to the team, but specifically to Hekate. Because
Oh,
she Echo was not really expecting Hekate to let her in at all,
Aw,
but she did.
super mom.
Echo's feeling some kind of way about that.
Okay.
Let me.
Hekate already has influence over you.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I'm never gonna get tired of the contrast in music between the start. and
We'll
end of these
go.
sessions.
Savior up. Danger down.
Savior cannot go up anymore, so I get a condition.
Okay. Do you have any marked?
I currently have angry and insecure marked.
Afraid?
Good thing you already
I
have
think
angry mark.
afraid probably works.
I think everyone's feeling a little afraid.
See, that's why Joe's annoying you, because he's expressing the anxiety that you're feeling.
Yeah. Though for there we go. I am going to, rather than potentially, I'm going to declare a condition, and that's going to be angry.
Okay.
Afraid is more potent right now.
Yeah, clearly.
Yep.
All right. That does it for us tonight. Thank you everyone for joining us.
That session flew by.
I mean, I did throw a bunch of shit at you, so
Yeah.
it's probably not gonna slow down, let's just be honest.
Hold fast.
I have marked down all of the major events that need to happen between now and the end of the campaign, and we're probably just going to be chugging along towards that point.
All right then.
Okay.
So, hope you're prepared.
Let me change the playbook so I can get ready. Dang.
We're all prepared to be emotionally damaged by you, Charlie.
It's what I do best.
I know.
Addie's prepared. She's already crying.
Yeah.
That's Hattie's
Oh,
secret. She's
Hattie.
always crying.
I'm a little
It's
crying.
Lay on that bed. It's comfortable.
But have a good week, everybody. We will see you when we see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Pride. Don't forget to be